Yes. Welcome back to the Feuding Bros, the show where we talk about everything football. I am here with Freddie and Thierry, and today we are continuing our series on the top six in the Premier League, just to go over what they're doing over preseason and what is their next point of action. Guys, today Man United. I'm sure you guys are excited about that. We have two Man United fans over here. And it should be a good one. So before we start, man, just to let you know, guys, that we have a Fantasy Premier League mini league going. So the link is going to be in the description. So feel free to join. And come on, guys, like, comment, and share. We have a few views, but not many people subscribing. Come on, guys, support us. All right, let's go, man. United. What's going on? Let me tell you something though. Before we start, before I ask you a question, I have to say something positive about United. I feel like the way you're being run this year, you can see the difference. We can see that the new guys, they're implementing a new way of thinking compared to what was the names the
Glazers.
The Glazers.
Yeah.
You can see that they did not know what the hell they were doing
At all.
Yeah.
And now you got somebody who knows what he's doing out there, and it shows. It shows in your transfers. It shows in just the way the whole club is moving right now. So I mean, I gotta give you kudos to that. I mean, it's good.
At least, and this point is a very big point because that's something people, obviously, as United fans, we knew, but we couldn't use that as an excuse. The fact that there is no structure, there's nothing going on up top. Transfers were a nightmare pretty much all summers, and we see the difference now. That's something we haven't had, and we pretty much never had it since Ferguson left. That's pretty much the first time we have a proper structure on top of the manager, calling the shots in terms of transfer, in terms of everything that's not coaching. And what a breath of fresh air!
What a breath of fresh air indeed. So you touched on the transfers. So let's talk about the transfers. And you guys have two official transfers right now? Xerxes and is that his name? Xerxes? What's his name? Xerxes and Euro. And you are also linked with Mazui, I think Mazwawi. Sorry if I'm butchering those names. And the link from Bayern. And all around decent piece of businesses, to be honest with you. I mean, I have the only issue I have is the Euro deal. For me, good player, but for me it was a little bit too expensive. But apart from that, good young players that you're targeting. If you get the lick, I think it's going to be very good for you guys too. But I hope it's going to be the delict of 2 years ago and not the delict of recently.
Yeah.
And Mazwa is a good little fullback for you guys, and it's going to be a good replacement for Wan-Bissaka, who looks like he's on his way out as well. And guys, what is your verdict so far on preseason and your transfer business at the moment?
I mean, we've been moving well. We've been moving good. Like you said, the structure is really in place, and I think we touched about it. I don't know if it was one of the videos back when the season was still going on about what they were doing in the background and how they were getting people in place. And what I really liked about what they were doing is that they were going to other clubs and they were like, okay, we want your, I don't know, club doctor or something. We want your head of recruitment. We want your. That's what big clubs do. Like, you go and get the best guys from other clubs. That's what big clubs should be doing. And that's what they've done, and they've resolved the issues with Dan Ashworth and all that nonsense that was going on with that. But, in terms of transfers, I feel like we're going for the right guys. The ones we've signed, Euro, like you said, it was a little bit on the more expensive side. I think it would have been best if you take care of 10 million. It looks a lot better. But what I will say about the Euro, I think, because it's a lot of people are trying to frame it as if we're like massively overpaid like we've done before. I think it's very different than the deals we've done before, where we've paid a lot for players that were not really, they were not really pursued by anybody else.
Right.
Like you look at Anthony last year, nobody really was pursuing Anthony. We paid double his valuation. Like Højlund the same. Like nobody really was pursuing Højlund. Like doesn't mean they were bad players or whatnot, but nobody was that interested to put that much money in, and we just came, we'll just give you whatever you want, For the Euro deal was different. Obviously, there was Real Madrid that really wanted him. PSG put in I think it was 45 or 50 million. So as soon as they put in that bid, you kind of have to go higher than that. You kind of have to pay more than that. So it's a little bit different. It's still love for an 18-year-old, and then he gets injured straight away.
Wow, it gives me the Timber vibes from last year, and
yeah, exactly.
And he was brilliant preseason. Everybody was like licking their lips about Timber, and then bam, injured all season. So that was exactly it.
I hope that doesn't happen to Euro, but
but it's not 3 months, right? So 3 months.
3 months is a long time.
It's what, to November?
Yeah, November, December. Yeah,
they definitely shouldn't rush him back as well.
Yeah, they shouldn't rush him back.
But was it? This is a question. Was it signed to be a star?
That's the big debate. And the thing is, if we didn't go for the lead, or if we don't get the lead,
now you kind of have to.
Now we have to. And that's maybe the only positive of his injury, the fact that now they're not going to budge around. They have to go get the lead. They have to get a center back in general, right? But if we were just happy with Euro, I would say he's definitely a starter. Playing with Martinez next to him. But if the lead comes, I would say the lead should start. Obviously because of the experience, and we want to get him in it. We want him to just be a commander in that defense as well, which is the main reason why we'll buy him. Euro will be a side project in the sense that, hey, let's build your experiences, let's get you, to the level. But at the moment, as of the players we have, he's definitely a starter for me. Even though he's injured, he would have been a starter because we have nobody better than him. Only those few games he played, I felt like, man, he showed what he's about. He made some mistakes, recovery, just power, strength, passes. He showed a lot, right? So I don't think we have anybody better than him if we don't get the lead.
Yeah, he definitely looked good. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, especially when he played against us, I think that's where he got injured, right?
Yeah. That's when he got injured.
For the few minutes he was there, it looked pretty solid. I mean, I haven't seen much of him before, and I don't know why you say that he is a definite starter. But I mean, I understand. But you said there's nobody better. I understand. But he's 18 and he comes from the French league. I mean, he hasn't played against the Tonys of this world. He hasn't played against the Anthony,
Antonio.
the Antonio. Sorry, he hasn't played against the Chris Woods of this world. He hasn't played against these people yet. So you don't know how he's going to react when he gets to that level.
And you know what? From where we were at, it's better than what we had still. To have an 18-year-old come in and make all these mistakes and get better than to let Lindelof or Maguire again do the same.
But you know what? About that though, it's like, because you have to factor in the price tag as well. Because the price tag will then, because if it wasn't this expensive, for example, then you can say, yeah, he's 18, he's allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah,
but his price tag now
kind
of puts this kind of argument aside. Because now at this price, you have to be kind of ready.
You have to come in ready, and that's what I'm saying. For that price, if we are not getting any other defender, he has to start when he's fit. Lindelof, Maguire, somebody has to sit down, because I'd rather have Euro make those new mistakes and learn from them and become better than have Maguire, Lindelof come back and do the same. They've been doing the same for the last 3-4 years. So on that side, I would say, Euro, great addition to the team. Really hoping for him to get back fit. We really want to see what he's going to be doing, right? How he's going to command this defense, because that's one of our biggest problems. The defense has been, especially last year. The year before, surprisingly, we had one of the best defenses there, and that's big credit to Martinez. He's back, so that's
big boost for you guys, man.
Man, that's a massive boost.
And it's back as a newly Copa America champion.
As a Copa champion, after being a World Cup champion, this guy is completely, he has all the grades, right? So we're really hoping to have basically a new life in defense. That's one of the main aspects we need. For a team.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, I think the plan was always to get the league. I think because you even saw they got the league kind of like agreement before they went.
Way before, yeah.
So I think the plan was always to get the league. I think Euro was more of an opportunistic thing where they went like, okay, let's put a bid in and let's see, because everybody was expecting him to go to Madrid.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was the plan, and Madrid wanted to like get him this summer, but obviously they're just paying Mbappe like, I don't know what, 160 or something to like join the team. So they're not gonna have money to splash on somebody else. So they went in with a low bid. So I think it was more opportunistic. Oh, let's put in a higher bid than Madrid, and then let's see what's gonna happen, And then he actually came in, so they were like, oh, okay.
Might as well get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Really quickly there, Madrid this is the craziest thing because they are the biggest earner as a club, but they never have no money to spend. They always want everybody on a free. Like they just
Hey, that's smart, man. That's smart.
It's so smart. So we need to learn from that playbook.
It works for them, that's for sure.
It works very well.
Just wanted to come back real quick. Just to come back real quick with the structure and everything. Yes, it's made so much difference because after such a long time, now we're seeing multiple deals getting worked on at once, which is something like we forgot how that felt. It was always one by one. We talked to this guy for 2-3 weeks, nothing happens. Okay, let's move on to the next. Now at least we're talking to multiple people at the same time. They're talking about Ugarte coming in. I still think they need to keep Amrabat because he's just a safe option and he can play different roles in the team. But
Casemiro, bro, oh my!
Casemiro is a nightmare.
He had a rough game against Liverpool. I saw some highlights where it was just
my goodness.
Passing to the opposition and then blaming everybody else.
Yeah. He loves. I don't know if y'all noticed. He loves that pass when we're building out. Under pressure. The fullback will give it to, and he will just lump it, and he acts like he's trying to pass to somebody. And we know you're not. You're not passing to anybody.
One step every moon. Oh man, Casemiro is done, and it's sad to see, man. He's really like done.
Bro.
He can pull it up. You got this little kid Carvalho putting you on your knees and scoring. It's embarrassing. It's preseason.
Hey, calm down, man. Just preseason. Let's talk about the second signing that Joshua Zirkzee. What is the expectation for this guy? Because for me, I've seen the guy play.
Mm-hmm.
When did you see him play?
He's a decent player, but he's not like, it just look warm for me. Like it's not giving me vibes. It's not giving me vibes. I've seen him play. Where did I see him play? I saw him play when he was at Bayern Munich. When he went to Bayern Munich, he was supposed to be that next big thing, and it didn't quite work out for him. And then he just fell into the dreaded category of young superstar who's supposed to be the next big thing and then never quite get to that point. So since then I was like, he comes from Bologna now. That kind of shows a little bit of what his levels is for me. But I just want to you guys signed him, so I just want to know what you guys think of him. What is going to be his role this season?
I mean, I think that's a good signing in terms of like, even a really good signing because he covers every position up top. He can play on the wings. He can play up. He can play number 9. He is a different number 9 in terms of like. I was kind of surprised we went for him because I thought we needed more of a goal scoring type, like number 9. Like, he's like all about the goals and like all that stuff. Yeah. He's more of a Havertz. He's more of a Jesus in his style of play. He's more of like a free floating guy. Like, hold up the ball. I'm gonna dribble. I'm gonna look silky. I'm gonna try and play little balls and all that stuff. So he doesn't get a lot of goals. I don't think he will ever be. I could be wrong, but I doubt he'll ever be like a 20-25 goal season striker. I think he's gonna be like more of a 15 goals, but then he gets you 15 assists. I think that's more of the type of player he is, which is good to have because we have Højlund. He's like a battering ram. He wants to fight, and then we have
so he's basically there for depth. Basically, he's not there for.
He's there for depth. You need 2 strikers. You need 2.
But he's not a starter. Like it's not starting the team.
I don't think it's gonna start over Højlund. That's only because of our system, and that's my problem with the signing of Zirkzee. First, as you say, I haven't seen much of him before. Just hype, heard around him, but for him to be the best, the system has to change a little bit. And we've seen that mistake being made already with Mount. You get this guy and nothing changes. You play the same thing. So he's here. We don't even know what he's here for. Is he here for depth? Is he here to
Mason Mount?
Yeah, Mason Mount.
It's just been injured most of the season. Why you?
He was injured, but now that he's not injured, where is he gonna play? That's the question. We're playing with 4-3-3. That's what Ten Hag sticks with, right?
I think he played him on the left, right?
He
plays that number 8. Yeah, he plays that
number 8.
Yeah, which is a problem because now we have Manu.
Now we have Manu. We have Bruno. And then all we really need is a 6. So where does it fit in there?
I mean,
right?
It's depth, no?
It's depth. That's fine. And again, you can have those players for depth, but then are they still part of the system? Can they still be part of the system? Mason Mount so far preseason, he's shown a little bit
all right, man.
He's been all right. He's shown a little bit more quality than
before
we were anticipating, right? But still, I don't see him be a replacement for Bruno I don't see him be a replacement for Bruno. I don't think he has the quality to be, especially in tough games.
Not in tough games, but like we have Europa League as well. It's gonna be a lot of games.
True.
I think he comes in, and the thing with Mason, he's versatile. He can come in and play multiple positions. He can play
True.
8, 10, anyone on the wings.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a good player to have in the squad because if you look at our bench, like the quality drops a lot. I think with Mason, the quality doesn't drop. He's not a Bruno. He's not gonna be a Bruno, but the quality doesn't drop as much as if you bring in maybe an Eriksen, which he struggles now. The first season was great, but now I don't know because we're trying to press more. Mm-hmm. So I can see that when he gets the ball, he's gassed. Like he's like he doesn't have the legs. And maybe that's the same thing for Casemiro as well. We're pressing so much. You see that against Liverpool yesterday.
Yeah,
we're pressing the whole time, and we got a lot of chances out of it. But these older players is hard on the legs. So whenever they do get the ball, maybe they're just gassed. That's why they're making bad decisions. I don't know, but I disagree with you with the Xerxes thing because I think he's on par with Højlund. Like he scored more goals than Højlund did when we signed him. Like I think he was Young Player of the Year in Serie A. That wasn't Højlund. Højlund really just had a good second half of the season. Xerxes was good the whole season, and obviously, I mean, you look at his Bayern days. He wasn't great. I mean, like he didn't do much. But since then, he's become. I haven't seen loads of him, but I've seen like an okay amount. I mean, you don't go watch Bologna. Like if you watch Bologna, you watch Bologna if they play AC Milan or Inter Milan. You're not looking for Bologna games, So like, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a 50-50 between him and Højlund. Obviously, he's probably gonna start now with Højlund being injured.
Yeah,
but I think it's a 50-50.
Well, I mean, is he going to start, though? Because I've heard that Ten Hag is trying to convert Jadon Sancho into a false number 9, man.
That's for now because we have nobody.
To see.
That's
The thing with the team is we really got to wait for the end of the window as well because people like Sancho, if we had the buyer already, he would have been gone. I think. I'm surprised PSG didn't come harder for him. But
who?
PSG.
Go for
Sancho. For Sancho.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't come harder for him, but it seems like he might stay. There hasn't been much, noise around it, and that's going to be another issue that Ten Hag has because.
Well, who's going to pay? Who's going to pay for Sancho? Well, first of all, how much is
the salary?
It's the salary that's the problem.
It's probably on like bad wages right now.
He's on bad wages. He's on bad wages.
300K.
Yeah. Who's going to pay for that?
Yeah.
Who? PSG.
Yeah, PSG don't want him.
No, that's the thing. Yeah, they are pretty much the only people that can afford this guy, and they don't want him.
So I mean, wherever he goes right now, you're probably gonna have to put it in a contract that you pay some of his wages too. So you're gonna have to help pay for his wages until the end of his contract because nobody's gonna take this guy at the wages that he's at right now. Nobody's gonna do it. That's he hasn't proved anything. But what do you make of Rashford as well? What do you do with him, this guy?
I mean,
it's a problem, man.
Is that a good preseason? And again, this guy is season off, season on, season off, season on. So we're hoping this season is going to turn it on, right? The thing is, the problem I have with Rashford is really not a Rashford problem. It's more with Ten Hag. I'm like, you can't make this guy a favorite. You need to make him compete as well. He needs to be competing with Garnacho on that left spot. Don't make him.
I don't think it's a complete opposite, though. I think Rashford is the kind of guy where he wants to know that you're his man no matter what. He wants to be.
We need to move past that.
I think that's the kind of player that he is.
You're not a 19-year-old teenager no more.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to respond to being benched and put Garnacho in front of him. I think this is the kind of guy that will just go back into his shell and be like, just throw his toys out the pram when that happens. Yeah. I think he wants to be the guy of the town. That's just my opinion. Looking at him, I don't know.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
but I think as a club, we need to move past that. Like it needs to be
of course.
Yeah. Because
it's up to the manager to know how to get the best out of the person and what formula works for what player.
Yes,
and that's what I'm saying. I don't think the formula of I'm gonna bring somebody and you're gonna compete. I don't think that's Rashford. I don't think Rashford does that.
It has to come to that point. Otherwise, what are you really praying for? You just hear academy player and you just have a spot secured. Then you're not gonna involve. You're not gonna get better. You're not gonna fight for the shirt. And we saw that last season. He was not playing. Couldn't press. He was not just giving his 100% visibly, at least, right? So I think it's time to give him a slap in the face, dude. Wake up, otherwise this
But
kid's.
I feel like he did get a slap in the face because right towards the end of the season he wasn't playing anymore. Garnacho
That's
was
because he
was
was.
getting benched.
That's because he was that bad. It's not because Ten Hag wouldn't pick him. It was because he was just that bad. If he would have scored maybe one goal within like even 5 games, I think Ten Hag would have still pushed to have him there. But because he was that bad, like visibly bad, to the point where like people were going at him, like run, do a press properly. Couldn't even do that, right? So I don't know. You have a point to the fact that superstar mentality and stuff, but that's again something we need to really break.
It's not necessarily a superstar mentality. It's just like it just as a manager you have to know what your player responds to, and not all players will respond the same way. Yeah. And I mean, this is for me from outside looking in. I'm just feel like Rashford is the kind of guy you get the best out of Rashford. You know somebody who can get the best out of Rashford? Ancelotti. He was the guy that's just gonna come and just whisper in your ear. They're gonna tell you, "Oh yeah, you're the best player in the world. You can do this, you can do that." And I think Rashford responds to that more than somebody like a Mourinho is gonna come in and be like, "Oh, boy, if you're not doing it, you're gonna be benched until you just start doing it." And I don't think Rashford responds to that kind of style of managing as well.
The one thing that goes against that though is that last season, since Ten Hag has been here, that's what he's done. He's babied this guy. He's babied everything you want.
Yeah, but Ten Hag probably is not saying the right word because he's limited as well.
He said the right word to Garnacho. He said the right word to Mainu. Like he brought.
But it's different. It's different. Garnacho was trying to get into the team. Rashford is already in the team. He's already a superstar. Garnacho is not a superstar. He's trying to get into the team. So you don't have to say much to Garnacho. He already knows what he needs to do to get in the team. You know what I mean? He knows he needs to work harder than anybody else. He knows he needs to put in the hours more than anybody else. So I think it's a little bit different. I think for Garnacho is a little bit easier to motivate than Rashford at this point.
I understand what you mean. I just think it's like the time has run out.
What do you do with him then? What do you do with him?
I think you start Garnacho this season.
Yeah.
I think you start the season with Ahmad and Garnacho, and you tell Rashford.
I'll tell you what, Ahmad's been looking great, man.
Yeah, Ahmad's been looking so good.
Ahmad cannot be on the bench. He cannot.
Ahmad cannot be.
You cannot have players like that and keep somebody that's not performing on the field just because of his name. It's just his name at this point that's carrying this guy. Obviously, his past performances, but
so you're gonna have a Rashford on the bench. You're gonna have Sancho on the bench. You're gonna have Mount on the bench. That's a lot of money on the bench, man.
I mean, if you want to be a big team, that's what you gotta do. Why should we be like these guys? We should be telling them if you want to.
I mean, that's a scary bench, to be honest. Like that on paper.
Yeah, if they play well.
On paper, if you gotta take to put Sancho on, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that would be nice. And you see, that's something Pep Guardiola does. He put Grealish on the bench pretty much the whole season, right? Before that, he was folding. He doesn't care who it is. He doesn't care your name. If you're not putting in the performance, take a break.
You're not doing what you want, so you're getting benched. Yeah, that's for sure.
Exactly. I think we gotta get that kind of ruthless too.
Yeah, we do. We really do.
All right. So beyond these 2 signings that you have official right now, and the other 2 that are coming in, I think it's pretty much done with the other. Well, personal terms have been done for the league, and I think I've read somewhere today that Mazraoui is due for medical as well. I think they're just waiting.
Not yet.
I think I read it somewhere. Maybe a couple of hours ago. I think I read it, but
really?
I may be wrong. And I think for the Mazraoui, I think you're just waiting for Wan-Bissaka to go, right? Yeah, so beyond these signings, what else do you need? What do you need, and what are your realistic, expectation for this season for United?
Man, we need a 6. We need a 6. We need a 6 real bad. I'm okay with the Mazraoui signing because we also need a left back. But Mazraoui can do both sides. So I'm okay for 1 season. You take Mazraoui and maybe you wait next season and get another left back. But because Dalo can do both sides, Mazraoui can do both sides, and then you still have you're hoping one of Shaw and Malaysia is gonna be fit for the season.
Malaysia has been found, right?
Yeah, he's been found, but
still injured.
Apparently had another setback.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
But somebody put his knee in a pot or something,
and he's getting paid, man. He's getting paid
for a whole year.
And he's out partying, going on holidays and stuff.
Bro, living life, man, doing nothing, bro. But yeah, we're hoping one of them at least is gonna be able to play a little bit. So Mazraoui is good. The left, obviously, we need that. We need a 6. We need a 6. I would take Amrabat too. Like, we just need a runner. Like, with our style of play, it's so direct, so we're not as dependent on, like, you got like other teams maybe to have like a really good six that can play like a Rodri, like a Rice and stuff like that. So we just need a guy that can run and like that can destroy. Like they're talking about Ugarte. I do like Ugarte, but Ugarte for 70 mil, nah, bro, nah, that's
no
not.
way. No, they're talking about a loan. Actually, they're talking about a loan.
Yeah, a loan would be better. A loan would be a much better because 70 mil for Ugarte. I'd rather take Amrabat. It's the same thing. Like it's the same thing. It's just younger. Honestly, that's it. You know, so yeah, we just need a guy that can run in the middle. And I think if we get those 3 signings in, I think we're good for top 4.
Yeah,
I think we're good for top 4.
Top 4, you know.
Yeah, I think we're good for top 4.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm looking. Obviously, you look at Liverpool. We don't know. They might be really good. They might be really bad. We don't know. Let's assume they're good, but I don't think they'll be good enough to challenge City and Arsenal. So let's say they're third. Yeah. You know, Chelsea look god awful. I know it's preseason, but Chelsea looks so bad.
I do not understand for the love of God why they got rid of Pochettino. Man. When he was starting to click,
it was starting to click. It was starting to get scary.
It was starting to get scary.
Yeah. Now they have to start again.
They have to start again, and they look terrible. So I don't think they're gonna. Even if they do figure it out, I think it'll be maybe later in the season. Yeah. So I don't think they're gonna be there. I think we're fighting Tottenham and Aston Villa probably.
Yeah.
Newcastle too. West Ham is trying. I saw they signed Fulkrug.
Oh,
I love Fulkrug, man. I love Fulkrug. So West Ham maybe, but 3. I think we're looking realistically for 2 positions because 5th place maybe Champions League spot too. But for 2 positions, we're looking at us, Tottenham, Aston Villa, and Newcastle. So I think we have a decent chance to get top 4 if we get these signings in. If we don't, it's gonna be rough because you saw yesterday. I mean, even if you do play well, if you have Lindelof and Evans at the back, it's not gonna go. It's not gonna go well. It's just not. So like,
how do you give Evans another year?
Because it's because of the injuries. I think that's only because of the injuries. At least you think,
And they just really wanted to be safe to the fact that yes, last season that's what ravaged us, and so far this season we only got 1. And guess what happens with that one?
What I'm saying is, if you give him another year, there's still that possibility that he could play.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I think
honestly, last season he saved us because Casemiro was going to be playing there.
But yeah, honestly, like I know it's Johnny Evans and we make fun of it.
Yeah,
he was our best defender last season. Honestly.
Literally,
that's how bad we were. He was. That's how bad we were.
Yeah. Honestly, when you watch the game,
Martinez didn't play the whole season pretty much.
Yeah.
And it was Lindelof, Maguire, Kambuala. Like, bro, they were bad. like I mean, yeah. Go on, Freddie. Sorry.
It's exactly that. They kept him because of that. We just need that backup. Just have a backup because we cannot have the repeat of the last season. And that's one thing as well we're going to talk about. With Ten Hag. Obviously, with the whole debacle that happened this summer, keeping him, letting him go, finding a new manager and whatnot. The fact that now that you've kept him, give him all the ammunition, please. Just give him all the ammunition he needs. I think the transfer window started very well, but it kind of died down a little bit. And even though we have some deals, some agreements made in the background, let's put the money together. Let's sell, or let's get rid of players that have heavy salaries, and let's have money to bring in a few. As Jerry said, I think I completely agree. Possibly a left back, but that's not priority. A 6 is the priority. I think the front is good enough. Ten Hag has to work away, and he has to make he has to prove to everyone that he's a good coach by handling this striking force we have, because we have great players up front. From the likes of Rashford, Amad Diallo coming up, Garnacho, etc. And you have Mainu that can carry the whole thing forward. Like the front is fine. Let's work on the back. Let's get secured. Let's go back to having the best defense again. Martinez coming back. Yes. Let's bring in the leads, right? Let's bring in Mazraoui as well, just to complement everything. And I think yes, we have a good shot at top 4. I wouldn't even want anything more than that. If we can, yes, we finished 3rd this first season. Then if we can do that again, yes. But I think top 4 is going to be amazing for us. That's a level. that's a level, and I'll take that happily. Let's have some Champions League football next year. Let's get some money in the books so that we can be faster at rotating play or getting rid of play. This player that have been here since Mourinho, man. How ridiculous is that? So
Van Gaal, even I know that was Martial. That was the last one.
That was Martial, the last one. Yeah.
And we finally got rid of Martial. That's an achievement in itself. That's a big thing right there, bro.
Where's Martial going?
It's just going to be free.
I went for free.
Yeah. He didn't even find a club yet. That's how bad the man was, bro. Like, that's poor.
Who's going to take him? You haven't seen him play in 3 years.
What about McTominay? Because I've seen that Fulham trying to get him for 20 mil.
I mean, yeah, Fulham, please, I don't know why they rejected the 20 million.
McTominay has been like your best player for the last 2 years, man. Well, why?
Nobody better.
For the last 2 years, man, I'm telling you.
What?
Yes.
No way,
bro.
Manu was best player last season. Before that, he was
last season.
Manu played out 5-6 games. What are you talking about? McTominay is been clutch for you guys, man. How many goals? 10 goals and 15 assists or something.
No way. He got like 10 goals, I think.
He got 10 goals.
He completed 15 passes all season.
Bro, McTominay has been your best player for the last 2 years. That's
man.
That's not even counting that year when you won Player of the Year for you, man.
What was that? Oh yeah, that was
that was under Mourinho, right?
Yeah, that was a while back. That's when he came up and stuff.
Come on, man. So you know what you're doing to him? You're doing the same thing that Chelsea is doing to Gallagher, and just getting rid of your best player and just trying to take the piss.
That is not even.
And I'll tell you why it's different. Because McTominay, right? McTominay, right? First of all, he's not even the level of Gallagher, honestly. I would take Gallagher over McTominay.
And I don't rate Gallagher at all.
And I don't rate him that high. I like the player.
McTominay's, man. Are you mad?
No, mate. Come on, mate.
No way. I know you're just taking the piss because this
he's been the best player.
He has not.
Mano has been better than Dalo has been better than
He played 5 games. Okay, he played 5 games better than McTominay. Yeah,
Garnacho was better than him last season.
Dalo was our best player last season.
Dalo was our best player as well, yeah. There's so many players ahead of him.
There's no one that's been as clutch as McTominay in your team.
Okay.
And that's the only thing that saved him.
I'll give him that.
That's the only thing that saved who?
That's the only thing that's saving McTominay is the fact that he
can't save McTominay saving you. He's been clutch.
He's been clutch, yes. But are we going to rely on clutch? Like what? Like he's clutch once every 10 games, and then we can't rely on that. Like what do you do for the rest of the 90 minutes? Like you can
put a pass together.
You know what? He's there for these clutch moments. That's why you have him in your team, man.
But he's a sellable asset, so we need him to go.
We need him to go. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot one signing that we made is that little kid, Obi Martin from Arsenal. I haven't seen him much.
Is it Obi? I think Chodi or something. Chodi.
It's Obi Martin, right?
Is it Obi? Okay. Anyways, my bad. You go.
So yeah, he's been hyped as well. That's another option as a striker as well. Obviously, not anytime soon. But just to say that the front is taken care of. It's really that midfield and back line. McTominay has to go for somebody like Ugarte to come in because McTominay is not what we need. Although he's clutch and everything, he's not what we really need though. Especially with the likes of Xerxes coming in. Xerxes is replacing him in all aspects. Like he can pass, he's tall. Like get out, just get out.
Just get out, bro. Just get out. Just get out.
The level of disrespect to this it's just way too much, man.
Dude,
I will not have this kind of disrespect in this podcast, man. not towards McTominay because this is way too much, man.
No, okay. Let's clarify. I love Mike Sauce. Like he's an academy player. He's been decent. Like in an ideal world,
you got a weird way of loving him.
in an ideal world, we can bring in a player without having to sell him, but we have to sell somebody, and he's the only one we can really sell for some money in midfield. Because Casemiro, who's going to take Casemiro? Nobody's going to take Casemiro.
Well, he's got no resale value. That's right.
Yeah. Exactly. Eriksen as well, no resale value.
No resale value.
Mount, you just bought him last year, so you're not going to sell him. You're not going to sell him this year.
But sell Manu. Sell Manu. You can.
There's no way Manu's going nowhere. Manu is locked in. He's locked in.
Can get 50 mil.
50 mil for me.
Man. No, I mean, when the time is going to come when we sell players and hopefully they keep getting better, we're going to make some good cash because Garnacho, is going to have some value, Manu and all of that. But McTominay is the first one of that list to go. Academy, make way. You've done what you did. Nobody's going to talk bad about you if you leave because you've served the club. But as of now, you don't fit the system. You never fit any system. We remember Fred Tomine, whatever. Mike Fred, how traumatized we were with that combination. Right? It's like nothing has worked for him except arriving late in the box, which you do every 10 games.
Why are you downplaying that? Because the guy has saved you more than once.
Yeah,
the thing is,
why are you downplaying it? Like it's like, oh, that's the only thing he can do. It's a good thing to have.
But we can build a team around that. We can rely.
He's not asking you to. He's never been like a starter for you guys.
He was last season.
It was.
Yeah.
It was last season. He was playing.
I would take him as a bench player. Like I said, I would take him as a bench player. When we're losing, you bring him on, you sell long balls. Okay, that's fine. But right now, we have nobody else to sell. So we have to sell him. So it's like, even Wan-Bissaka, I think
he's expendable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an expendable guy that you need to get out of the books, So you can, if Fulham is gonna, I think they're trying to push it to like probably like 25 mil. If Fulham's gonna spend 25 mil on McTominay, and you're gonna say no, nah, come on, you have to sell him.
Well, it looks like Ten Hag likes him, so I don't think it's gonna go.
No,
he does. Sadly, he does.
Please.
Well, if you got a player like that, starts for you, man. Hey, you keep him.
As long as it doesn't hinder somebody, as Terry said, as long as we have a 6, because if we don't have a 6, our 6, and we have McTominay, he has no use to us.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah,
because we have Mount, we have Bruno, we have all of them that can play better in his position than he's doing. So yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I guess we're gonna wrap it up there, guys. Yes, guys. Just let us know what you think of this podcast or whatever we talk about today. What do you think? Is McTominay dispensable, or should he stay at United? What do you think, guys? And again, just react to whatever we spoke about today about United, and give us your opinions. And again, just another reminder that our FPL mini league details going to be in the description. So if you want to join us in the FPL upcoming FPL season, you can do that. And like, comment, and share. And thank you for your support, and keep on supporting. All right, guys. I'm just gonna let you guys go. Spoke about it for a minute now, and next time we'll carry on with our little series on the top 4. We'll decide whatever we want to talk about next. Okay?
That's right.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Yo, got a good one. Peace out.
Till the next one.
All righty.